Hello guys, this is Astocky here and welcome back to a full video of me playing Better Than Wolves. So, let's eat some steak and get ready to get started. So, like you would have seen in the update video, I have now made lots and lots and lots of hemp, and there's a good reason for that. Now I'll grab the recipe book out and hopefully won't have too much trouble finding the recipe I'm looking for. Basically what I'm looking to make is a windmill. There we go. Oh no, that's the big windmill. I want to make the little one. So let's put the sails in there. There we go. We want to make a regular windmill, which takes 4 of these sails, and each sail takes 3 planks and 6 pieces of fabric, and each piece of fabric takes 9 pieces of hemp fiber. So you pretty quickly get the idea of just how much hemp is going to be needed for this to work. So I'll do that. We need 4, 5, 6. That's the first one. That's the second one. Oops. 5, 6. That's the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's all of our fabric that we're going to need. And now we're going to place all of the fabric that we've worked so hard for into here. And sails don't stack, which is pretty reasonable, but I don't like it. Now we put these like this, and bam, we have ourselves a windmill. Now that's one of those things that it just takes forever to do. Until you get your hemp farm up and going like I have at the moment, it's just time. Just lots and lots and lots of time. Now the next thing that I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to make some new items. The first item I'm going to need to make is a gearbox. So for a gearbox I'm going to need redstone, and I'm going to need lots of wood. So let's grab a bunch of sticks. So each of that should make 2 gears, so 4 gears. Basically 4 gears plus a piece of redstone plus 4 planks gets me 1 gearbox. Now the next thing that I need to make, glad I have lots of hemp fibers in there because I'm going to need them. Because the next thing that I'm going to make, jump through here, see if we can find it in a hurry, because I'm not 100% sure what the recipe is. We're definitely into the Better Than Wolves things now, because I need to make an axle, because without an axle you can't actually connect a gearbox to anything. So to make an axle we need 2 planks and a rope, and to make the rope we need 6 hemp fibers. I'm going to need, unfortunately, lots of axles, which means lots of hemp fibers, and I'm going to need lots of wood because I'm also going to need lots of gearboxes. So let's see how we go with this to start with. It's going to be another 18 gears. I'm not sure if that's going to get me any kind of good amount, particularly not because it's an odd number. But we'll see how we go. Okay, so that's got me 5 gearboxes. Now each gearbox can connect up to 3 axles, so I really need probably about 15 axles as well, which means I'm going to need a huge amount of hemp. So basically what I'm going to do right now is check what time it is. There you go, the moon's on its way down, so give this a couple more cranks. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make something that I haven't made in a long time in Minecraft. I'm going to make a clock. So now we know exactly what the time is, and I can just happily pound away at this with my clock and stand next to it so I pick it all up. So I'm just going to quickly just turn the volume down a touch, because I'm sure that's probably pretty loud for you guys. So that's enough for 2 ropes. So I mean, just getting the windmill is just the start. Like I said, I want to aim to try and keep this video to a reasonable length. So now that the sun is pretty much up, I'm going to do the next phase of my plan, which is to go get some dogs. There we go, 20 hemp. I'll just go for 1 more, which will allow me to make 4 axles. And basically what the windmill plus the gears plus the axles will allow me to do is drive an axle straight into the top of this mill, and that will basically let the mill run without me having to constantly click it. And that is an excellent idea. Oops, I already have too many. So we'll chuck those in there for now. Now what stuff do I have on me that I don't want? Let's sort this out a little bit. I'm going to put gearboxes and windmills and gears in here. Chuck our redstone up the top. All of our different seeds that I'm holding on to. That's basically because I'm going to make a really big automatic hemp farm eventually. Now something that I totally didn't mention to you guys is that when you kill skeletons you no longer get arrows, you now get rotted arrows, and they're very, very similar to normal arrows. Basically the key difference between a normal arrow and a rotted arrow is that normal arrows you can recover if you miss. Rotted arrows actually shatter on the ground when you fire them. So what I'm going to do is, the whole purpose of this expedition was to get dogs, and I've forgotten all my bones. So something that I'm really looking forward to in this Let's Play is that I'm going to need to make lots and lots and lots of redstone contraptions. I don't even remember the last time I did anything with redstone. I've done a bit of stuff with red alloy wire, but I mean there's no red power, so if I want to make a timer I've got to get creative, and I think that's going to be brilliant fun. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy seeing it too. There's an ocelot. Something else that I've heard that you can do in this mod but I haven't yet seen, I think I actually need to get to like quite a much higher level in terms of the tiers of things to get the equipment I need to make it, but I can make dynamite. And apparently you can throw dynamite into water and go fishing with it. And I'm really excited to see how that works, because that sounds like a lot of fun. Doesn't sound very safe, but lots of fun. So again, as long as I can see that, I know I have to head in that direction, and that's going to take me back to my house. Now I know for a fact there were about 4 or 5 dogs in this area when I walked through before. There's at least 1, 2. The world chunks aren't loading that well. Ooh. Well, there's 1. That sounded like I heard thought I heard a skeleton. There's another one. So clearly the more dogs I get the better. I don't want to fall, but I do want to save that dog. Okay. Oh, got my shovel. Digging that moat out took, well, that trench, because it's not a moat, there's no water, took, wow, there's 2 dogs there. Okay, fellas. Okay, stand up, stand up. Now come with me. And we'll get you. Oh, come on. Be friendly. Wow, I've never had a dog take that long. That was a lot of bones I just put it in that dog. Let's try this one. Come on. Hey, you, stop. No, come back. Get out of the tree. You're a dog. Excellent. 1 more. 9 bones left. I'm actually going to grab some of these pumpkins while I'm here. I do have the intention to make a chicken farm. It's going to probably be some time off before I get to that. Beautiful. Another one. Now these guys are going to be really useful for their dung. Yep. I'm going to collect dog poop. Come on. Come out. don't want to hit him because that'll hurt him. In fact, I think the falling out of the tree thing hurt him a bit as well. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is definitely better than the 4 I thought I was going to get. So that's great. You could see that, the other stone pillar. That one I had a bit of a diagonal because it needed to point to this pillar to make sure that you saw this one to know which way you had to go. Definitely want to explore some of these caves and these ravines and things, but not necessarily while I have my dogs with me, because dogs are a bit crazy when it comes to falling in holes and things. I think I'm going to break my pick too before I get all this iron, but I never turn down the opportunity to get some iron. Oh wow, you don't sound good. Come on, pups. That's okay, they're just going to teleport to me anyway. Darn it. Now, dogs don't particularly like swimming. They'll swim, but they won't teleport to you while you're swimming, so they'll probably teleport to me as soon as I end up over here on the land. If I just run, they should catch up. Ah, made it. Perfect. So here they are. So let's clear out a little area. So we want 1. I said I want you here. Come on, over here. Oh, wrong button. I guess I better just feed the both of you. Make a puppy. Sit. 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 Everybody sit. Now I'm believing that feeding these will help to make them poop. Now, yeah, my understanding of the way this whole thing works is you need to feed them, and then once every around about 5 minutes, but between 5 and 10, they will poop. And however wrong that sounds, I have to collect their poop because I need it. So that's got that done. Now the next thing that I was going to do is something that I've been putting off for a little while, mainly because I wanted to do it on camera. Oop. I love that. Much safer. So you can see to the left and right I've been doing an awful lot of strip mining. Awful lot of strip mining. So I wanted to collect my diamonds on camera because collecting on camera is cool. Some more down this way. Back up for a second. Oh, that was my cobble. It's fine. Now I'm sure I showed you, not in the last episode, but the episode before last, I'm sure I showed you this lava area down here. I tried to go a bit further, but basically that's a big wall of lava back there. But what I want to do now that I have diamonds, I need to go to the nether. The nether is going to be critical to my plans. So, yeah. So this lava area here, I need to turn to obsidian. But once again, I can't carry buckets of water. No matter how much I wish I could, I just can't. So, I went through a lot of steak feeding those dogs. They better do some serious pooping. To get to the next bit, I really only need 1 or 2 pieces of poop. It's not very much. So, having 6 or 8 dogs pooping is going to be good. Can't believe how much I've said poop in this episode. Just to make sure that it's a record for me. Poopity poop poop poop. Yep, you can see my clock there is telling me that it's getting on towards nightfall. So this is probably not a good time to start what I'm looking at doing. But basically what I have done is I counted how many steps I've gone that way and then how many steps I went that way. Ah, floaty turds. I'm so glad dog turds float. I did not realise they did that. That is excellent. I now have my first piece of dung. Oh, you can see all my hemp has regrown. Oh, I think I heard the poop sound. No. For some reason, I think the poop sound sounds a lot like giving birth. Oops, sorry. Yeah, so what I've done is I counted, and I went this way, the right number of blocks, and it got me over here, and then I counted this way, and that was my first marker I put down because I was losing count. So that was 23, which is how far I had to come this way, and then that was 20, and I had to go 80. So then from that point, I pretty much counted in 10 block increments. So I now know that the lava I need to put out is here, which is at the bottom of a lake, which is fantastic for me because it means I don't have to divert water the whole way to get there. What it means though is it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to actually try and run the water down to it without killing myself. So what I've decided to do is try and get a little bit creative with it. I wanted to see if I could do something like this, where I could get myself some light and then kind of dig down from that point. Clearly this is going to take a little while, so that's where torch breathing comes in, and it's really much darker than I thought it'd be, which is also not that cool. So maybe maybe by putting the light out a little bit. Now I do know that there's going to be lava underneath me, so I have to be really quite clever about how I do this. I hadn't totally thought this through. There's the potential that maybe I could do something like this and let the water flow down beside me, and then hopefully kind of dig myself down. Oh, no, that didn't work like I planned. It's going to take a long time to get through all this stone. But it's the only way I can think of to actually do it. Now hopefully, yeah, there we go. If I keep that one there lower than this one, the water shouldn't come in. So we do that one, then we do this one, then we do that one, then we do this one, then we do that one. Other than probably breaking an iron pick, I think this is going to be how I want to do this. So let's change out for a non-iron pick, and then break that instead. So I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to come back once hopefully all this water is down and amongst that lava flow. So see you guys soon. Okay guys, so welcome back. Other than being just a touch annoying, I have come down exactly where I was hoping to with this water flow. Like I said, it's a tad annoying though because I've knocked myself out. I'm having a lot of trouble getting back up there, but once I get back up to the platform, you'll see that I basically came down with my water flow right on the edge of the lava pool, which is like almost exactly where I wanted it to be. So for now I'm going to shut that water flow off because it's really annoying. And I'm just going to have a quick look through here. Yeah, that is a good amount of lava. That's going to be... Just make sure there's... Yeah, that's a good sized pool of lava, which if I can now correctly direct this water flow, nope, we don't want it to go this way. We want it to go that way. Okay, much better. Now I can break some of these off, so I can actually get back out. So what we have there is a really nice water flow that'll keep all of the obsidian where it's supposed to be. Just don't want to get myself accidentally pushed into any of it. There we go. So I should be able to start just kind of standing there and mining out the obsidian with my new diamond pickaxe, and everything should be good. Now, something I noticed after I was halfway down is that I totally forgot to take my diamonds off me before I went on that perilous journey above ground at night. So, fool me, should never have done that. It could have really ended in tears. But it didn't, so that's great. So what I'm going to do is make myself a diamond pickaxe, and I'm going to come back once I have enough obsidian to make a nether portal. Because I need netherrack to pretty much go to the next step that I want to go to. So won't be too long and I'll be there, but it's going to take the between mind-blowing and boring, depending on how you like these kind of things, digging of obsidian until I end up with enough obsidian to make a portal. So I'm going to unload all the stuff that's in my inventory and go do that, and I will see you guys when I'm finished. Back soon. Okay guys, well, I have just mined all that I could easily get to. Crap, I was messing around with my inventory and I dropped it. Back in just a second. Okay guys, that was really dumb of me. I was chucking some stuff that I didn't think I needed out of my inventory, and it turns out I must have put the obsidian in my crafting table or something dumb and thrown it down. So yeah, I got 24 pieces of obsidian. I was worried I'd done something really dumb, like accidentally thrown it back in lava, but no I hadn't, so that's good. So yeah, 24 pieces of obsidian, and it's daytime now, which is good. Although it's raining, which is not as good. Time to get things going. Now don't worry about how this is laid out. This is not going to stay like this for very long. This is a very short-term system. So I need 3, 6, 7, 8, 10 pieces. Don't want to take any more than I really need. Not 100% sure where the best place to put this is. Wonder if any of them have pooped. Oh! Wow, that really went a long way. Yeah, that was a good poop chute. So now I have a plan to basically dig up this entire garden and replace that, because there's lots of water there. But this is going to be the main area of my base. Because I can't move buckets of water, what I'm basically going to have to do is redirect water flow from this lake to operate all the things that are going to need water flow. So I'm going to have my windmill, which is going to be at the top part here, and then I'm going to have 3 machines running off that, some saws to cut up wood and to cut up vines. In the center I'm going to have a grinding wheel, and then I'm going to have another building that's going to come off that, which is going to be like where all my cooking and smelting and things happen. And then underneath that I'm going to have a cattle farm, I'm going to have a hemp farm, a wheat farm. I'm going to have that all underground because it's just going to be much easier than having it all up on the surface where mobs can get it. So thinking of a place to put my portal, the best place I can think of, because this is kind of mountainous and annoying, is here. Also, it's sand, and really sand is the easiest thing to dig, so nether portal time. Ow. Okay, so that dung is precious, and so is my diamond pickaxe, and I'm not going anywhere near the nether with anything precious. Any more poop? Any more floaters? I think it shoots out from them backwards wherever they're facing, so look at those cows and things. They all need to be murderized. but that can wait for another time. Dung. So this center section here is things that I need for this mod. Actually, we'll just show you one more thing quickly. If I put leather in there and then click the little thing, the leather basically gets ground up in the grinding mill and you get scoured leather. And basically that's leather that's had everything kind of, all the impurities and things kind of ground off it, and you mix that with dung in a cauldron, and that the cauldron is part of the reason I'm going to go to the nether right now, because the cauldron needs to be set over a fire, and the more fire the better, and the easiest way to make fire is just to light netherrack. So time to head to the nether. Oh, I didn't get rid of my diamond pickaxe, darn it! I need to put a chest right next to my nether portal in case I make the mistake of doing that again. And while I'm there, I'm also going to try and grab some glowstone. So this cobble, oh, excuse me. So this cobble is going to come in really handy. I just want to make some item frames for these things to indicate what different things are. But all of that can wait till later. Tools. Not going to need you, but I am probably going to need to make a second cobblestone pick. What is going on here? My mouse is getting a bit glitchy on me and jumping all over the place. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Not going to need my iron axe, and my clock is going to be no use. My power bow is probably not going to be needed either. I'll spawn another recipe book if I lose it. So I'm going to pause the video and come back once the nether's finished loading up and it's there for everyone to see. So back in a minute. Okay guys, well here I am, I'm back. I've clambered together a quick little nether portal protector. This is something I make sure I do as soon as I get in the nether every time I come here, because I've had too many issues with ghasts. I don't have quite enough, but I don't think any ghast has a good clear shot, which is excellent. Now, like I said, I came here because I need to collect netherrack, so let's not muck around at all, let's just go straight to that. Might collect some mushrooms while I can if I'm here too, because they're not a bad food source. Well, I think the amount of wheat I've got, oh wow. I would really like to try and get some soul sand as well while I'm here, but that may have to wait. Wow, look at that. Do not want to fall down there. And like I said, I wanted to get some netherrack and wanted to get some glowstone. And look at this, they are both right next to each other here. So this is brilliant. So I know in the last quick update video, I did a world download of this setup. I would be really interested to know if you guys would be interested in me continuing to do that with this Let's Play. Like I said, the first one was just a real kind of a starter video to let you guys... Darn it. He looks like he's over the other side of a big chasm. Yep. Not even going to think about messing with that at the moment. So yeah, that was a very productive glowstone and netherrack gathering session. So yeah, if you guys would be interested in me loading my worlds up, let me know whether you'd like to have them maybe every 5 or every 10 episodes. I'd be perfectly happy to do that if that's what you guys would like. Because I think the way this is probably going to end up is it's probably going to be like an update video saying what I've done, and then that's going to be followed by an actual proper full-length video like this. Darn it! See how I broke that arrow just then? That was not what I intended. Okay, so now we need an area for cooking. So basically what we need is we need to make a cauldron, although it's not a vanilla cauldron what you might expect. It is a better than wolves cauldron. Everything better than wolves I guess there was quite a number of things that he had put in the mod that Minecraft then came and added a similar thing with the same name. So he's basically renamed them all. So you won't find any anvils. You won't find, or at least you will find an anvil, but you won't find a vanilla anvil. You will find cauldrons, but not the vanilla ones. Now what we want to do is just there is where we want to place our cauldron. So to make a cauldron, you need 10 pieces of iron. You start by making a bucket, and then I'm going to need to fill that bucket, which is probably a good time as well to demonstrate what hardcore buckets means. So you can see here I pick up a source block, and then if I pull the source block out, you can see that it does put water down, but only very, very short term, and then it disappears. It's like you put it down and then instantly picked it back up. So now that I think about it, that might have actually worked for obsidian. I don't want to do it over here though, because that'll flush away all my torches. Maybe have a... Oop, that was poop. Oh, that was definitely poop. But who did it? Who did it and where did it? There it is. Can't believe I'm poop hunting. Okay, so what I've been told is if I put it down and then pick it back up fast enough, you can keep it in the bucket. Yeah, so there you go. So that might have actually worked when I was working on the obsidian. It might have been an easy way, but you can definitely see it's not a source block, so it is not... Oh! So it's definitely not permanent. I'm glad I didn't pull that down there. Bucket away from the inventory. Okay, so here we go. 1 bone. So we need a bucket of water, a bone, and a bunch of iron, and that makes a cauldron. Now this is like a basic generic sort of cooking pot. And I'm going to just dig that roof out just a little in case I ever have an issue, and put another torch in the back here. Now I totally put all that in without lighting the netherrack, so let's try a second take of this, and then I will show you how the cauldron works, and then I'm going to call it an end to the episode while I grind up a whole lot more hemp and get all the things ready that I'm going to need for the next episode. So there we go, fire, fire, fire. Now the reason I put 9, you only actually need 1 block for this to work, but the more blocks that you have, the quicker that it cooks, and 9 is the most you can get, so 9 is the fastest. So we can see here we have a cauldron with a piece of cobble in it. Basically it catches things you throw at it. So if I grab some raw beef, actually let's grab some raw mutton because that's less important to me. What I should be able to do is just throw it, and you see that it fell straight in, and now it's in there and it's cooking up. Bam, cooked mutton. The other reason that you need this machine, like I said, is you grab the scoured leather and you grab your dung. Now it's important to make sure there is no food in here when you put the dung in, because a single piece of dung will ruin all of the food that's in there and turn it into spoiled food, and that's bad. So now we take that scoured leather and make it into tanned leather. And tanned leather is important because we can take tanned leather and turn it into straps, and then turn straps into a belt. And the belt is important because, and I will see if I can quickly show you the recipe for this, because it is one of the machines that I'm going to, well actually it's the very next machine that I'm going to need to make. Might have gone too far now. This recipe book was supposed to be a help, but it's more of a hindrance, I think. Can't be that hard to find it, can it? Let's switch to tan leather. Okay, so we got... Oh no, we don't need tan leather, we need the belt, then the belt. There we go, that's our machine that we need there. So we need 3 gears, 2 wooden planks, a belt, and 3 iron. So I wasn't telling the truth when I said that I was ending it. Gearboxes. Don't need the gearboxes, I do need the gears though. And need 1 more gear. So now we take our 3 gears, assuming we can put them in the correct place. Take our gears, take our belt that we just made, take that, and now we have a saw. Now the way the saw works is you can't power it with a hand crank. What you do is you put up the top, or in the back of it, or in the bottom of it, or any of the sides, anywhere except the front, you put an axle driving mechanical power from a windmill, and then this blade goes backwards and forwards and cuts anything that touches the front of it. And so what you can do is actually place a block in front of it and it will cut it. But I will demonstrate that in the next episode, because for now I've hit my time limit. And I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for my next update video where I tell you all the things that I've done in between now and then I'll be ready to show you some more stuff. So again, thanks for watching. Check out the download video, the download world, and try this out yourself. Astocky out.